Watching us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mali News. As you know, every weekend we give you the global news of Mali. The President of Republic, His Excellency Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, and several of his peers from sub-region and other personalities from politics and sport took part to the investiture of the new President of Liberia, George Weah. Mohamed Golfa was there for us. Reports.
Former international football star George Weah was on Monday sworn in as Liberia's 25th president in front of a packed crowd at the Samuel Kayando Stadium in Monrovia. He promised to fight against endemic corruption. Thousands of supporters and regional presidents and dignitaries thronged into a stadium to watch as Weah, who rose from the city's slum, West Point of Monrovia, took the oath of office. The ceremony was attended by the President of the Republic of Mali, His Excellency El Hadji Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, and the President of Ghana, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Gabon, Togo, Senegal, Burkina Faso, and Congo Republic. Weah 51 takes over from Nobel laureate Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who ruled Liberia for 12 years and maintains the peace, but failed to eradicate dire poverty. Weah played for top European teams in the 1990s and was crowned as the world's best player by FIFA. As a result, most of his friends in the pitch attended his inauguration ceremony. Among others were Austin Okocha, Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o, and Sunday Oloshi. Jewel Taylor, the ex-wife of former Liberian President Charles Taylor, who is serving a 50-year jail term in a UK prison for war crimes committed in Sierra Leone, will be Weah's vice president. Like his predecessor, Mr. Weah has pledged to promote free education and health care and also providing tax break for investors. But his critics say he is too inexperienced to address the many problems the nation faces. Liberia is Africa's oldest modern republic, founded by free American slaves, but it has been devastated by inter-armed clashes or civil wars that were notorious for their brutality, maiming and decapitating unarmed civilians and the use of child soldiers, and more recently by the Ebola virus disease. It remains to be seen if President George Weah will be able to turn his country's economy around and maintain the fragile peace.
The President of Republic, His Excellency Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, received the delegation of Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation. The exchange was focused on the maternal and child health report. As for American delegation, she spoke with the head of government about the various programs carried out in Mali, particularly that related to the research on oversight in and infant mortality. They are here to visit Mali in Bamako and also visit the major research program on monitoring infant mortality and pregnancy in Mali. They realized that this program worked very well at CVD Mali. They visited the oversight as well and they are well received and observed a good perception in the community. They are happy. They have had the vision of the president and how he intended to lead the government action and this priority and how they can accompany him in this function. It is therefore essential they are able to talk to each other. They will focus on the point of peace and security, development and humanitarianism, and they must listen to the number one, who is the president. The head of state, Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, inaugurated at the General Directorate of Customs Officer in Falajeh a stele in tribute to the men and women killed in service, reports. A duty of memory of the highest authority of Mali to the address of the dead agent to the die. A monument to pay tribute to the soldiers of the Malian economy fallen to the exercise of their noble mission is now erected. The President of Republic, Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, has inaugurated the monument dedicated to the custom officer died for the homeland and pay a deserved tribute to the soldier of the economy. The General Manager of Custom in Falaje now houses the War Memorial. This building not only pays tribute to custom who have sacrificed themselves for the Malian nation, but also and above all the remain focused on their objectives, that is to say, to work for the development of Mali. This inauguration ceremony of this monument is one of the major activities of the International Customs Day. President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita took the opportunity to exalt the role of the customs officers. The 2018 theme of the International Customs Days is the security of the business environment. The Prime Minister Soumeylou Boubèye Maïga received also the delegation of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation led by his director. With the first personality, the exchanges was focused on the ways and means likely to contribute to the security of the population and the improvement of living conditions. Report with Mohamed Golfa.
The Prime Minister Soumeylou Boubèye Maïga received a delegation from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation this week at the Premature in Bamako. The delegation is led by Anita K. Zaid, who is the director of the Enteric and Behavioral Disease Program. They are here in Mali to learn more about the state of the implementation of some of the programs founded by the foundation. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is making a difference in our country through a number of programs, especially in the health sector. Anita K. Zaidi affirmed that their foundation will do everything possible to help boost the Malian health sector. Furthermore, the delegation used the opportunity during their brief stay in Mali to meet with community leaders. An honor for those who were fortunate to meet with them. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is committed to continuing the effort to save lives in Mali. This justifies the importance of this visit, which has helped the delegation to easily identify the causes of infant mortality. This will, in the future, help improve their responsive strategies. During this working visit to our country, she told the press that the delegation was able to learn about the evolution of several programs, including that relating to the research on the monitoring of infant mortality and the pregnancy. On her report, she said, "We realized that this program is working very well." She congratulated the Prime Minister and the people of Mali for their support.
The Prime Minister Soumeylou Boubèye Maïga paid a courtesy call on APCAM, an opportunity for the head of government to seek support from the rural world for the success of a mission entrusted to him by the President of the Republic. Bakari Jara was there for us. Reports.
The Prime Minister Soumeylou Boubèye Maïga was visiting Tuesday evening at the Permanent Assembly of Chamber of Agriculture of Mali, APCAM, where he shared his ambition with the staff and wished their support in the execution of a mission entrusted to him by the head of state. This approach was well received and welcomed by Bakari Tukola, president of APCAM. According to him, in the history of Mali, this is the first time that a prime minister gets in APCAM for a courtesy visit. For his part, the prime minister recalled the commitment of the head of state, the commitment he has the heavy task of implementing. To succeed, Soumeylou Boubèye Maïga is counting on the accompaniment of all for the implementation of security, national agreement, organization of election in 2018. He mentioned a number of commitments that were made in the framework of the social emergency program. Among these commitments, there is support for the creation of a new dairy unit, the creation of a slaughterhouse for cutting poultry, the efforts for the sanitation of slaughterhouse management. These efforts will be added to those already made in conventional sectors in the field of environment, sanitation, fishing, and livestock farming.
The High Authority of Communication has just given the final result of call for application for the establishment and operation of private broadcasting network enterprises in the district of Bamako. Two companies are now entitled to broadcast legally. These are TNT Mali and TNT South Africa. Report. It is at the headquarters of the High Authority of Communication, HEC, that the news has fallen. This is the final result of the call for application for the establishment and operation of a private broadcasting network and multiplex operator in the district of Bamako. This result follows the second call for the application of 24 October 2017, and it is the president of the structure who pronounced the names of the two companies that can now broadcast legally in the district on Bamako. Representatives of the surviving company were present at the proclamation. The call was made by the president of HAC to be professional. For Fodje TOURE, they now have heavy responsibilities because they are at first legal pioneers in the field and they are required to give a good product to the public. This deliberation of the HAC is a requirement of the law number 2012-19 of March 12, 2012 relative to the private services of audiovisual communication. A government partnership in Mali and UNESCO, in collaboration with the Network of Promoters and Cultural Entrepreneurs, RAPEC, took part to the first edition of the World Day of African and Afro-Descendant Culture GMCA. Follow with Bakari Jara.
The first edition of the World Day of African Culture and Afro-Descent was celebrated in Bamako this week. The event, hosted by the government of Mali in collaboration with UNESCO and the network of promoters and cultural entrepreneurs, contribute to the promotion of the African Cultural Renaissance Charter. Here is the intervention of some participants. The event was sanctioned by the symbolic delivery of the Bamako Pupil for the institutionalization of the day. The officials of the event initialed the table of the commitment for the promotion of the Charter of the African Cultural Renaissance. It was to mark the ceremony in the time and the history.
Youth Job Days 2018 has been launched this week. More than 5,000 young Malian graduates will benefit from a paid vocational training course. This 10th program of the Agency for the Promotion of Employment will cost nearly 3 billion francs CFA. Bakari Jara was there for us. Follow.
The Department of Employment and Vocational Training launched this week the 10th program of the training course within the framework of Youth Employment Days under the presidency of the Prime Minister Soumeilou Boubèye Maïga. This Youth Employment Day combined the launch of the 10th program of the vocational training course and the first major consultation of structural actors in the field of entrepreneurship. Minister of Employment and Vocational Training, Maoul Ben Katra, said the initiative aims not only to make employment, education, and vocational training a priority of government action to support the developing of our economic asset and opening up new opportunities for youth, but also preparing young people to face an increasingly competitive international environment. For the Prime Minister Soumeilou Boubèye Maïga, who came to bring the encouragement and congratulation of the head of state, said that the promotion of employment is running in our country. This internship complements all other efforts, including skills development, youth employment support, and youth entrepreneurship, especially in rural areas. But he stressed there is still a real effort to make and expand to the entire territory for youth who represent a real asset to the country.
Thank you for watching us. It was the Mali News. I say you goodbye and see you next weekend, but stay with us with the English lesson with Bakari Jara. Bye and good weekend.
This morning, we are going to present a debate between private school and the government school, whereby the private school are saying that they are better than the government side. Without wasting time, I think the private school are the people who are proposing, so we will call on to them for them to start with their proposals.
Good afternoon, viewers, co-debaters, and listeners. My name is Grace DEMBELE. I'm a Mariam. I'm in GSS1. I'm here this afternoon to oppose the motion which says private school is better than government school. Abraham Lincoln of United States of America described democracy as the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. This is what it is in government school. Decisions are not taken by one person. Yet, in private school, decisions taken are left solely in the hands of the proprietor.
Good afternoon, viewers, co-debaters, and listeners. My name is Prisca. I am a Mariam. I am in GSS1. I am standing here to propose the motion which says private school is better than government school with the following points. Firstly, punctuality. Pupils in private school are always punctual and early to school because late coming is being checked and punishment like caning is attached to it. We all know how children fear cane. They therefore come early to school because they don't want to be flogged. This is quite different in government school because everyone comes when he or she feels like, and nobody would be there to question him or her because teachers themselves are habitual latecomers. Secondly, high standard of education. The private schools can boast of high standard in terms of education because they have educational facilities, laboratories of various kinds, well-equipped libraries, computers, etc. But in government school, the government finds it very difficult to produce all these necessary facilities for all their schools. With this, I believe that you are convinced that private school is far more better than government school. Thanks.
Yes.
Good afternoon, viewers, co-debaters, and listeners. My name is Mariam TOURE. I am a Mariam. I'm in JSS2. I am here to support the fact that government school is better than private schools. Yes, those in government school have the privilege and have the privilege and stay closer to their parents. Furthermore, everyone wants to reap the fruit of his or her labor, even to the old age period. This is only possible for those who teach in government school because they are paid their passion after leaving the office. But for those teaching in private school, it is not possible. In fact, they should not think of such a dream. Private schools do not rest while their counterparts in government school enjoy leave apart from the normal holiday at the end of each term. These teachers enjoy such benefit because they are teaching in government school. More so, the high rate in the amount of fees made it possible for private schools to lose their students. Oftentimes, most parents cannot afford to pay further. But in government school, the government made it possible for all to receive at least minimum level of education by allowing them to pay little or no fees at all. Having said this with much conviction, I say government school is better than private school. Thanks.
Good afternoon, viewers, co-debaters, and listeners. My name is Chidima Irebu. I am in Nigeria. I am in JSS1. I am here to propose a motion which says private school is better than government school with the following points. Firstly, availability of standard teachers. Nobody would like his or her business to collapse, and that is why the proprietor or proprietresses of private school always go for the best teacher in town so that their pupil will score very high when compared with the people in government school. But in government school, most of the teachers are empty-headed and half-baked. We all know that half education is dangerous. Even the few graduates among them put no challenge attitude to their works and cannot impact their knowledge to others. Many of them turn the school premises to business center and convert their pupils to maids and slaves. Oh, this is quite appalling. Secondly, payment of salary. As I said earlier, no one would like his or her business to collapse. Hence, the proprietor or proprietresses of private school always make sure that the salary of their teachers are ready on or before the end of every month. They even do increment in every month or more. This is just opposite of what we find in government school, where teachers are home for 5 months or more. Nobody talks of increment. With this, I boldly stand to say that private school is more better than government school. Thanks.
Good morning, viewers, my co-debaters and listeners. My name is Hope ELOY. I am 12 years old. I am in JSS2. I'm here to oppose the motion which says private school is better than government schools with the following points of mine. Firstly, government schools have more land than private schools, which enable them to expand and have enough playgrounds for children. Their classrooms are spacious with enough ventilation, but private schools always call for accommodation. Private schools don't have enough land, so accommodation becomes a great problem for them. Their classrooms are small with a pretext of fewer students for a teacher for better teacher. Tell me what you learn when an environment is absolutely unconducive for learning. My dear, stop deceiving yourself. Join government schools and receive better education. Government schools award scholarship at random, unlike private schools who find it difficult to give token of gift to their best students. With this, I still stand firm to say that government schools are far more better than private schools. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. What a defense point. What a defense point. Yes, now we stand by not giving chance to any other person to come and say any other thing because we have heard enough. We will then turn to our judges for them to tell us what exactly they have in mind about these children, defending and proposing. So we'll move to our judge number 1 for him to tell us what exactly he has.
The performance of these students, little did we know that they will perform to such a high standard. Now, it is what we see always. Government schools are there, private schools are there, but in one way or the other, it depends on the parents. Here we are, these children are trying to enlighten us, not only here in the school, but to enlighten the whole of Mali, because the national television station, Ortm, goes far away to every corner of the nation. For parents to know that yes, private school or government schools, they do their best to train students. But I think from my point of view, they are all saying something that is quite convincing. And all I want to say is, if you say education is expensive, try ignorance. And the worst form of child abuse is to deny that child education. So be it government school or private school, a child should be educated. And with these points that they gave, I think it will be an option for parents to choose a government school or a private school, because I'm seeing it that they have given equal points of conviction. Thank you very much.
My own points, when I was listening to the people that say that the private schools are far more better than the government school, I think I have to go there because the government school, they are okay as well, but the major thing is that the people that also comes out best is private school. At least when people that studied in government school, we cannot use them to compare the people that studied in private school. So, but two of them are okay. But the major thing is that education is best, is okay. I mean, education is everything. And when anybody who is educated will also be different and also comes first wherever he or she is. Thanks, and God bless you.
I want to recapitulate what the two sides said. The GS1 were throwing the motion proposing that private schools is better than government schools. And the GS2 were saying the other way, that government school is better. But I tried to, from their point, let me recapitulate everything. The GS1 said those who are for private school, they said they have better academic performance. That strike doesn't affect their school activities. Then their mode of dressing is also neat. Then the those opposing them said they get started with Abraham Lincoln that gave the vision of democracy. Then decision is not made by one person, but a board, that they are privileged. The second person said there's a problem of scholarship being given by the government school, that private school doesn't award scholarship to their students.
It is time for you to decide whether you move to government side or you move to the private side. Little Angels International English School for better performance and a great future leader role. Thank you.